And they'll be grateful for it, right? They'll be grateful for being acknowledged. But that's not the only reason to do gratitude. Robert Emmons, one of the lead researchers on gratitude, will tell you that what you just did and the positive emotion that you caused yourself, and I saw it, so you can't deny it. I saw it once you started actually thinking about it and doing it. You're creating a well of good feeling in yourself, which is releasing neurochemicals that are good for you, anandamide and other hormones that are the hormones of connection, making you feel good. So actually composing the text, whether you even send it or not, is incidental. The fact that you think about something that you value in your life is a protective factor for making you have a better day. Even if the toast is burned and your outfit gets coffee on it or whatever, you have now increased the balance of protective factors that you have in your day-to-day life. And so our young people, our children with very little experience in life, the scales can tip very quickly as to whether they're having a bad day or a good day. So what if the practice of meeting with your child was just to help them have some balance with some questions that make them think a little more about what's going well with them, what's going right with them, what are the positive emotions they're experiencing. And so how could these form the basis of some questions that you might want to use around your dinner table? And so what I'd ask you to do right now is, with a table partner, or if you, I'm not going to get you to move or anything this time, but maybe just with the person next to you or a couple people, do you have any candidates for positive questions you could bring that you might want to try at your dinner table, you might want to share with people? Maybe there's something you already do in your family. Let's just take a couple minutes, just turn to a partner and say, here's a question I'm going to think about that's positive, that's going to get my child thinking about what's going well in their life. And I'm going to try it out this week at dinner, or I'm going to try it out when I see my child after class. Okay? Does that sound clear? Okay, just turn to someone and share what you think of, or you just ask.
Was it
Yeah, so who's going to start the WhatsApp group to share those? We have at I do this work at my old school as well, at the American School of Dubai, and that's what we have done. We're doing this same idea with parents. It started out with a similar presentation, but we're doing it as a cohort group. So we're going away and getting homework and then doing it with our children, and then coming back and talking to each other. So it's kind of a community parenting initiative, which is interesting. Because we do face difficult situations of not sure how to respond to our children, and our own heartstrings get tugged at. So prepare yourself for this next one. It's emotional. Because you may have faced it yourself. 9-year-old Elizabeth was on her way to her first gymnastics meet. Lanky, flexible, and energetic, she was just right for gymnastics, and she loved it. Of course, she was a little nervous about competing, but she was good at gymnastics and felt confident of doing well. She'd even thought about the perfect place in her room to hang the ribbon she would win. In the first event, the floor exercises, Elizabeth went first. She did a nice job. The scoring changed, though, after the first few girls, and she lost. Elizabeth also did well in the other events, but not well enough to win. By the end of the evening, she had received no ribbons and was devastated. What would you do if you were Elizabeth's parents? Okay, here are the options to discuss at your table. And you may not choose one of these options. You may have faced this situation and done it differently. Would you tell Elizabeth you thought she was the best? Tell her she was robbed of the ribbon that was hers? Reassure her that gymnastics is not that important? Tell her that she has the ability and will win next time? Tell her she didn't deserve it. Now, you don't forget, I am a middle school principal of 12 years, so I know the parents on every one of these has come in my door and this. No, I would never do that. I know that, even as a parent, I've probably done the same thing myself. But please discuss this at your table. Is there the right answer up here, or is there a better answer? And what might you compose to give your child feedback about an event they had? Please discuss it with your table. Conversations. I want to hear what they're about. Who has the perfect? Did anyone have the perfect answer? Did anyone think of it? Before we do that, did anyone want to say you know, did anyone pick one of the 5? Really?
Yes.
Yes.
Number 4. Number 4.
Number 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Did anyone pick number 1?
Not the best, but one.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best.
Okay. Yeah, you didn't want to imagine this one. You don't want to pick it because maybe she wasn't the best. Right? What are you creating in terms of inflating? You know, there was a time when we thought, oh, we've got to protect self-esteem, but that isn't self-esteem. Young people see through that, and then they stop listening to those people who are always puffing them up. You know, how many of you ever heard from? Yeah, you say that because you're my mom.
Yeah.
Right? You have to say that. You're like, I didn't sign a contract anywhere. I can't, believe me, I can be critical. Tell her she was robbed of a ribbon.